Just doing my job here, sir. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
Yeah, you're fine. It reminds me of Ghost in the Shell had what was it called, like cyber sclerosis or something like that, where they would put like these machines around a person's brain in order to be the interface, and sometimes that could go wrong and make them kind of go all weird and stuff. And I don't know, reminds me of that a lot.
Athena, you've been at this company a long time.
I hope that's not a comment about my age, Adam.
No, but I know nothing gets by you. If Sarif had done something that could compromise us...
Mr. Sarif has only the best interests of this company in mind, Adam.
I'm not questioning that.
Aren't you? I've been here since the beginning. I've seen how he built this up from nothing. He cares for his people. He truly believes what we're doing is important, and he would never do anything to jeopardize it.
I shouldn't have brought it up.
No, you shouldn't have. Now,
Jesus.
if you'll excuse me, I'm busy.
I mean, the way she looks and talks sometimes makes her seem like she might be kind of a nice older woman. And then you actually read like her emails and you actually talk to her and you realize that no, she's like super serious. I don't know. She's not that nice. She's not mean. She's a little bit mean, but not like that's not inappropriate for her position.
Boss, we need to talk.
Is something wrong?
I'm not sure. Did you set up a private access route to bypass the company firewall right before you hired me?
I what?
Pritchard said someone's been using it to access our system since before the first attack. The security measures he and I set in place never stopped them because we didn't even know the loophole existed.
Oh, I see. Frank's fixed that, though, right?
He has now, but he's wondering why you never mentioned it.
Frank's paranoid, Adam. You know that. Can a busy man forget things once in a while?
You streamed an awful lot of data through that portal, boss. Right before you brought me on board. Pritchard may be paranoid, but I gotta admit, I'm wondering what was in it too.
Yeah, as an ex-cop, I guess you would. But the important thing is you found the hole and plugged it. We're secure now. And the information you uncovered in that FEMA facility may actually help us track these guys.
Why was it there in the first place, though?
Let's just stay focused on what's important.
He is changing the subject. He'll sometimes try to change the subject in order to win an argument. Probably that one. Not that one. Refocus might be it, because he obviously is trying to change the subject, but it says he'll back down rapidly if resistance is felt, and this is definitely direct resistance to that.
Adam, are we done here?
I want to, believe me. I want to catch these guys as badly as you do. But that breach is responsible for every security crisis we've had, including today's. If you want me to stop these guys, I need to know what kind of data they've had access to.
You're right. I'm sorry if I seem evasive. But you can't expect me to tell you every detail of this company's operations every single day. We're at war here, and it's your job to protect us from enemies who try to take us down. You should have found that loophole without my having to tell you about it. You know, Frank wanted me to hire experts, an outside security firm to protect us, but you convinced me you could do it. Are you saying you were wrong?
He's shifting the blame again. Probably defend. Placate is never going to be the answer.
I think I proved myself today. And the only reason I'm worried about that loophole right now is because the data you streamed through it could have been accessed, backtraced, and stolen by the men who attacked us. Our enemies might still find a way to hurt us with it.
What? Well, I never considered that. I'm sorry, son. I guess you have proved yourself today. Look, I'm not going to share every single detail of this data with you. As CEO of this company, there are things I can't release, even to you, Frank, or Athena.
Uh-huh.
I consider us all a team here, but we each have our own roles to fill. I decide who gets trusted with what, and in this case, you're just going to have to do your job without knowing all the facts. Megan said you could roll with the punches. Proof she was right.
He is using his authority. He doesn't want to be defied. This feels a little bit too... No, I don't want to back off. This one seems a little bit too aggressive. The second half of it.
Are we done here?
Seems a little bit too aggressive. So I'm going to do refocus again.
Megan? Boss, what does Megan have to do with any of this? I thought we were discussing a security breach.
No, Adam. You were discussing it. I just told you it's time to move on. I can understand why the mention of Megan's name gets your hackles up. She did break your heart after all. But the data I streamed was a routine fact-finding check carried out after one of our many late-night discussions, and I don't see how knowing the content of it will make you better equipped for your job. Honestly, Adam.
I think I already
You're
know the
starting
content
to
of
appear
it.
as jealous as Frank. Just trust me with this one.
Refocus sounds really good. Defend also doesn't sound terrible. Refocus, I think.
I would like nothing better than to trust you with this, boss. But trust is a two-way street, and the way you've handled this entire conversation so far makes me think that it's you who isn't trusting me. Why, boss? What is it you're so afraid to tell me?
Adam, of course I trust you, son. And it's not that I'm afraid to tell you the truth. It's just that, honestly, I'm afraid you'll take it the wrong way.
I feel like he would have said exactly the same thing if I'd gone with the other one.
Look, the truth is, I set up a confidential data channel for a private investigator, someone who can run covert background checks on people, potential new recruits, like you.
You what?
I had to, Adam. You were a liability, remember? You'd just been fired from SWAT. Now, Megan believed in you, but I had to be sure. Look, I don't want this to come between us. I'll send the files to your computer. You can see for yourself what he dug up. But Adam, you'd better be sure.
Why? What do you mean?
I mean, sometimes the past should stay in the past. Once you see that data, you can't unring the bell. When you're ready, come back and talk to me. We need to discuss our next move.
Achievement unlocked. Yes, boss. I think that actually went decently well, to be honest. I actually got him to give me stuff. And I will, yeah, I'm gonna go to my office and look at that first before I talk to him. He did say, when you're ready, come back, etc., so I'm gonna go do that. There we go. Maybe Pritchard is still here, wants me to tell him what I found out. Nope. He gone. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Let's go from the bottom up, I guess. Bran, it wasn't easy, but I finally backtraced some of Margie and Arthur Jensen's past. through their medical files. Arthur Jensen had enough connections through his old Desert Storm buddies turned security consultants to have certain records pulled. This is why the family's a ghost, but he couldn't hide Margie's records. For a period of 8 years, Arthur relied on the insurance policy of his then-employer White Helix Labs to pay for his wife's medication. He was on antidepressants since 14 and needed regular prescriptions. When White Helix Labs burned down, all of its files and employment records were lost and the Jensens stayed invisible mostly. Here's the thing. One minute Adam doesn't exist, and the next the Jensens have themselves a bouncing and healthy 5-year-old. That's when they pull their vanishing act. So on a hunch, I sniffed around some more, and sure enough, the Jensens had tried adopting kids from several Michigan agencies, but Margie was deemed unfit as a parent. Next thing you know, they have Adam. There's no real trail saying how he was placed in their hands. Hope that helps. I had a friend at GeneView Labs run the test off the records like you asked. Does your subject know that neither of his parents are his birth parents? That surprised me. The mother was sterile, according to those old medical records I dug up, but his dad carries no common phenotypes either. Apparently Adam Jensen was born in 1993. I missed the first one. That's okay, though. I found Adam Jensen's psych evaluation following that SWAT incident with the augmented teen. I managed to sneak a look at the folder, but I couldn't copy it. At least not yet. I'll be honest with you. The psych eval doesn't paint a pretty picture. It mentions the problems within authority figures, the disregard for chain of command, anger management issues, and potential PTSD. Here's the thing. When you hired me, you said you wanted me to read between the lines, so here it is. The evaluation reads like fiction. I'm thinking a pissed-off superior wanted Jensen off the force and had the evaluation worded to read like a just cause. But most of the rank and file I spoke to respected and liked Jensen. They thought he was a real straight shooter, even though the SWAT incident soured his reputation a little. Still, even my source liked him enough to want to keep his psych eval buried. So here's the two things that I'm getting. Number one, Jensen's parents aren't his real parents. Which, I mean, this is the first time that we're even seeing any mention of his parents anyway. I'm sure it comes as a surprise to Jensen himself, but, and it's an interesting fact. Kind of wonder maybe where he came from, but that's a thing that we'll have to deal with later. The other thing, though, apparently someone really wanted to be off the force, and they used that incident as a
Athena
excuse.
tells me you spoke to Sareth. Did he happen to tell you why he made us look like idiots?
I'm handling it.
You can imagine how relieved I am to hear that. I'll tell you what. While you follow any lead Sareth spoon-feeds you, I'm going to do what I should have done in the first place and backtrace that signal.
That's your pride talking. Still, get back to me if you find something.
You meant when?
Pretty sure I didn't.
Pritchard. Alright. I guess we're gonna go talk to him again. For real this time. For normal. For normal, the actual thing. Alright, I mean, there's nothing that we can do about any of this right now. It's revelations, certainly, but, it has no impact on this, current investigation. So... we'll just have to store it away and deal with it later. Also, let me look around. What's this little light built into this box? Hold on a minute, sir. I'm looking around your office again. I'd like to look for some loot. I don't think that you have any in here, but you never know. You never know. You have a nice view of Detroit. Much bigger, wealthier Detroit than it is nowadays.
Here, this is for you. It's a corporate passport encoded with your biometrics. I've set up a false flag routing which should get you to Henshaw Island without any problems.
You're sending me to China? What about FEMA?
FEMA's got nothing to do with this, trust me. We'll have better luck in China.
How can you say that? I saw the bastard who killed Megan pulling his men out of that facility. I left one of those men dead in its underground storage bay.
I know that, Adam. Frank was monitoring the whole thing. So I also know that before he died, that man gave you an address in China. I want you to check it out.
That doesn't make any sense.
Look, Adam. There's a reason this company's under attack. You think it has to do with the typhoon or with some other top-secret military project that I haven't told you about?
The thought had crossed my mind.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. The work Megan's team was doing before they were killed, it was redefining what it means to be human. This company, Seraph Industries, was about to lead mankind to its next stage in human development. Self-controlled evolution. Can't you see how scary that can be to some people?
Sure. I also see how lucrative it can be for some others.
It's never been about money for me, Adam. But you're right. There are people out there who don't exactly feel the same.
Like who?
I'm hoping you'll be able to find that answer for us in China. So get going. Farida's prepping the chopper.
Okay. We'll go. I can't upgrade. Do I want to upgrade? How much is the thermal armor? It's 2. Invisible for a short period of time. I mean, I'm okay with stealth right now. Cybernetic leg. It's also 2, but kind of looking. Jump up higher. Sprint faster. Run silently is probably the one that I would get. But that's going to cost 3. Because I need to buy this. And then this. So, no, probably not. See through walls would be nice. Hacking. Probably get one hacking thing. This is all done. This is all done. Interesting. That might be useful. Or I can hack level 3 terminals. I'm probably going to get that if I don't save it up. I could save it up. I don't want the Typhoon explosive system. I mean, it's certainly interesting, but it's deadly, and I'm trying to avoid deadly things. We'll go ahead and hack level 3 stuff. The next 2 I'll save up and either get the height thing or one of the other things that I was going to get. I can't go this way. I'm gonna use his private elevator. Can't do that. Yeah.
Sorry, Adam. I can't help you right now. I'm trying to deal with the fallout from the Taggart meeting.
That's fine. Is there other places I can go? I'm kind of curious to look around this place real quick now that, like, I'm not super needed and being called anywhere. Like, my next mission is to go to China. I think that I can spend 5 minutes looking around before I take a several-hour flight to China. And I know there's places around here that I can look at that I haven't actually looked at yet. Mostly through here, I believe. It's down here. This is the exit. Go that way, but look, I can go this way. Any secrets back here? I'm gonna have to friggin' like sneak around this place at some point, I'm sure. Like for a mission, I mean. Who's been back here? Where the F are you, B-Dog? Brandon needs that no pause. Like aspirin, people can't die if they hold off taking aspirin. Got 15 men more to meet me behind the gas station. I'm going elsewhere for help. Don't let me down, dude. Please, please. Please don't let me down. Please. Get rid of all these. 100 credits. Pep's energy pack. I don't need. Trank darts. 1 trank dart. I will take. Well, I mean, there was loot. There was certainly loot. And now I'm glad that I did that. Not really needed. We already know that it was that guy. We've already, I mean, that's done. That's finished, pretty much. Let's go back to the helipad. What else do we have to look at around here?
Hi, Adam.
Hey.
Look, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy nut job, but is it true you found a secret government internment facility right here in Detroit?
Yep. 100% true. Just came from there. Pretty messed up.
I don't know about you folks, but it suggests to me that we may be finally seeing some action in the ongoing debate over human enhancement technology.
Have some bagels?
Why else would some of the world's foremost experts
Buns.
in augmentation sciences be meeting with delegates in secret?
I don't have time to talk to you, Jensen. I've got a lot of work to catch up on.
Says the guy sitting there, drinking coffee slowly. Just tell me if you don't want to talk to me, Jesus. Downtown broadcast installation vandalized. Cable television and radio services were disrupted across Detroit's city center this evening when a broadcast antenna located in gang-controlled territory was shut down. Local police and Picus News, who own and maintain the broadcast installation, are investigating the incident. And police investigated break-in at City Morgue. An unknown perpetrator broke into the Jefferson Drive police precinct this evening and tampered with important evidence, potentially derailing an ongoing investigation, said police. Officials have begun questioning anyone who may have witnessed the burglary, with an apparent focus on Desk Sergeant Wayne Haas, who was on duty at the time. Haas is the ex-SWAT team operative who shot and killed a 15-year-old boy in Mexican Town 2 years ago, igniting a citywide riot. Precinct will be shut down until a thorough investigation by Homeland Security is completed, said Ryan Penn, chief of Detroit Police Department. Jefferson Drive is the same facility where the bodies of those killed at Seraph Industries had been taken after the savage attack at company headquarters earlier this year. Well, we got him in trouble, but, I mean, that's kind of to be expected. Did you already go to the technology lab? I guess technology lab is, oh, it's this way. We'll look at the technology lab. Where's the technology lab? Unless, like, this is it. Oh, it's Pritchard's office. Is the technology lab. I'm gonna steal your candy bar, Pritchard. Nature of neuroplasticity. Did we read this one already? We didn't. From neuroplasticity literally means the flexibility of the brain to reorganize itself based on the result of experience. 2 decades ago, the consensus among cognitive neuroscientists like yourselves was that lower brain and neurocortical areas were unable to be changed after development, whereas area structures with memory could be actively altered in areas related to a formation of recall. Hold on. I'm reading this very poorly. In a series of cleverly designed experiments, Michael Merzenich proved that somatosensory and auditory sensations, touch and hearing respectively, can in fact be modified through practice. This process of long-term potentiation was further explored in a series of studies in the mid-90s at Southern Illinois University. Studies which clearly showed how memories could be enhanced by manipulating neuroplasticity. Indeed, with the precise timing available to us in today's computers, we can clearly see an enhancement in learning can be applied for areas of the motor cortex, auditory cortex, somatosensory cortex, and hippocampus. Manipulation of neuroplasticity makes it clear that we as a species have been blessed with a brain that has an unparalleled flexibility and to incorporate neuroprosthetic augmentations. Candy bar for me to steal. Thank you, Pritchard. I'll put him to good use, don't worry. I look at his security rating 5. Security rating 5, and I'm sure that I'm not going to find his his password written down somewhere in this room. He's head of the network security, so I don't think that's gonna happen. There's video cards here. Unless his security password is bike. Credit chip. Like 91 credits. I'm not going to feel too bad about stealing money from Pritchard. Pritchard. No. I don't know what this is. What is this, Pritchard? Bunch of monitors. What are you doing? Also, look, here's the thing for Final Fantasy 27. Really, this is I want to take a time machine to another like 10 or 15 years from now and see if they actually, number one, make it to Final Fantasy 27, because they're only on 15 and it's already 2018. It's only 9 years before this takes place, so they have another 12 to go. Can they do more than one Final Fantasy a year? Don't know that they can do that. Oh, this is Malik's office. I'm curious about this. Critter rating 4, though. I don't think I can get in there. All right, let's just go. We're good. We're good to go.
Hey, Jensen. The boss said you were on your way. You're gonna love Hangsha.
You've been there?
Used to live there. I spent 3, maybe 4 years working in the upper city, and most of my nights having fun in the lower one. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm good.
I thought I was. How long is this gonna take, Malik?
You mean the flight or the fun afterward? Don't worry, we'll be there before you know it. Climb in.
I mean, we're going from Detroit to China. We're going like to literally the other side of the world. It's gonna take a while. Plus, this thing doesn't really look like it's the fastest. It looks like it's fast zipping around the city, but going to another whole country? I don't know.